Hello, I'm back. Um, I had been thinking over ever since I did those videos about estrangement, about how as time is rolling on, I'm caring less and less about those things. Now, once in a while, I go back to the well and fresh wounds open up a little bit, but it's getting easier and easier. And so then I was thinking about what else, as I'm getting older, I just having it drop away. It's kind of like when you're studying minimalism in your life, in your home, how you've got this plate, and you only have so much room on that plate. And some of the stuff has just got to get brushed off to make room for what's really important. And I had been thinking about what don't I care about anymore. And of course, if I say these things out loud, then the phone hears it, right? And suddenly all sorts of videos were popping up in my social media about it. So I thought, yeah, I think I'll just run with this for a little bit. I am liking the wind chimes. It's very chilly today. It is only to +4 Celsius. I'm not exactly sure what it is in Fahrenheit. It's a windy day, it's chilly. I had a lot of fun on Monday. We were going to see about a second horse. His name is Sunny. So the three of us, we picked up Jasmine from school and we whipped off to this ranch that's about 15 minutes away and got to visit Sunny. And he'll be just perfect. And he's not fast. He's 20 years old. He'll be good for another 10 years. I'm not fast either. It'll be fine, and we're looking forward to bringing him home. Now, he was supposed to come home, what's today? Wednesday. He was supposed to come home this morning, but life got busy for his owner, and she's gonna get his feet done next week and then bring him out. And so I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So I thought I'd be warmer. I put on my warm shirt. I'm gonna put on a coat and some mitts and go for a little walk and talk to you about the things that I'm not really caring about. I know there's a more a bad way to say it. Basically, it's ZFG. Now the kids say it and you're like, what's that mean? And you type it in and oh yeah, there it is. We figured it out. ZFG. So I just say it's the things that from 50 to 60 where I am now, it's the things that I stopped sweating. It's not even small things. They were big things at one point, but it's the small things that I am no longer sweating, except for because of menopause and you're sweating in the bed. But that's a total other thing. We open up the winter windows, the great chill comes in, and we've taken care of that sweating too. Enjoy the walk. I thought I'd start this walk in at the beginning of the trail that Owen had just finished beside the paddock. Now, when we come here, there's kind of a fork in the road. Now, the left one is the one we always take, and it is the one that takes us to the chalet, the vacation rental. And I just thought I'd try out the nice new road and see how it feels on the feet. And I realized I have to get in there and pick that up and toss it in the burning pile. We have, I think, maybe 4 or 5 of them ready to go as soon as it snows and get them all burnt. We're just waiting until it's not going to be a fire hazard in the forest area. Now, as far as the things that I don't care about anymore, could care less about anymore, or I just kind of liken it to minimalism in your life. Now, I'll be dealing with that in my home. I don't think I'll ever get to minimalism, but at least perhaps a little less cluttered. But minimalism in the things that you worry about, the things you care about, the things that kind of roll through your head and keep you up at night and stir in your mind and don't give you real peace. All the things you worried about when you were in your 20s and your 30s. Well, one of the biggest ones that I'm excited about is not caring so much about the opinions of others. The older I get, the less I care about the opinions of others. And it's even the opinions of people that I was worried about upsetting them, worried about their opinions, wanting them to love me, wanting them to be pleased with what I've done with my life, how I've pulled myself together, and the life that we're building. Was hoping for the pat on the head, the kudos from the family at least, and now I really don't care what they think, and that's good for me. We're just building a life we want. I know that my husband gets talked to quite often at work about now that he's getting close to retirement. Are we going to be traveling? What are we doing just sitting there on this piece of land and not going anywhere, not going on any vacations? And they really do understand that we're building a life and creating this place and developing the land as a place that we don't have to have a vacation away from. I would rather put the pennies into putting in another fruit tree or buying more hay or just creating whatever my little fantasies, whatever sometimes my little manic thinking. Both Owen and I can get a little carried away in some of our planning, but it all takes money, and you only have so much. We're not wealthy. I also no longer have too much care about others' opinions on where I am in my religious life or who I follow in politics. Even to discussing the shunning of myself that the family is doing to me. At one point, you're kind of told to shut up about it, put it under the rug, don't even bring it up. If somebody asks you about your family, make some lame excuse. But no, this is something that is huge in my life. It's affected my health, my mental well-being, and I am healing from it. And so I no longer care that what if family finds it? What if they do? What are they going to do? Shun me harder? I can't really lose any more than what I've already lost, but I can certainly help anybody out there that's going through the same thing I am. Letting you guys know you're not alone, that it's something that we just walk through. You can't hide from it. You have to kind of just walk straight through it and come out on the other side of things and get some healing on board. I remember when I first started noticing that I was caring less and less about the opinions of anybody. I was still working in long-term care. It was about maybe 5 years ago, in the middle of all the drama with Jasmine and the family ostracizing and the whole mess. And I was getting very ill. I was getting stressed out. I was the headaches. I was not doing well, and so I made appointments at the Alberta Mental Health Office that was in the same building where I worked. Now, I remember sitting there in the waiting room, just waiting to go in, and my boss came around the corner and spotted me. And he was very kind, and he said, you don't need to do this here. You can always go to the office in one town over, so that people from work won't know that you're going in to get mental health. And so I told him that I was not ashamed, I was not embarrassed about seeking help for my mind. I mean, if I had broken a bone, as I've done, I would have no problem going to the emergency room or to the hospital. I am not embarrassed that I'm having some mental health issues with what I'm going through, and I just needed some help. And so perhaps if I am not embarrassed to be seen, maybe others will feel like they can also go without shame and embarrassment to seek the help that they need. And yeah, so I think he respected that. And also, occasionally we hear about how old we are to be raising Jasmine, because we're in our 60s and she's only 9. But we wouldn't have it any other way. She's just wonderful. We're having a great time, and we're just doing fine. And we're curling her through life. She's almost 10. And I don't know what to tell these people. They just can live their life the way they want to. And I'm thinking, though, a lot of them would have stepped up like we stepped up if they were thrown into the same situation with a grandchild or whatnot. So I'm okay with them thinking what they want. Ooh, and there's also the you're too old for horses, Annette. Those opinions. And I'm like, really? You're never too old to follow your dreams or to bang your head against a tree, as that woodpecker is doing. I'm so excited to be able to follow through with a dream I had since I was a child. It's been, 45, almost 50 years in the making, but here we are. We've got Annie, we've got Sunny coming. And I'm perfectly happy with that, and I really don't care what the opinions of others on that. Now, another area that I could care less about is having the latest and the newest of stuff, of trends. Now, this doesn't refer to any of my books. I have a massive libraries in this place on every topic under the sun, and I do pour a lot of monies into the books. But that's about it as far as the latest and greatest. I have a granddaughter who has newer phones than I ever do. My car that I just absolutely adore, I bought in 2010. It was a 2008 Mustang, and Jasmine and I call her Mustang Sally, and I just adore her. She's been great. I've had no problems. Just change the tires, give her some oil changes, and nothing's ever gone wrong with her in all these years. And I'm just pleased as punch with Mustang Sally. And we've got the older horses. They're not perfect. Annie's had injuries in her hips. The one that's coming got his foot caught in one of those cow grates in the ground. So he's a walk trot horse. He's 20. He's not perfect. I'm not anywhere near new and perfect as well. We have Gus, who's a mixed mutt. He's Golden, Springer, and Lab. And he's just, I don't know if he'll ever calm down. And our cat, he's a rescue cat. He's fine. For my parents, my mom was really into diamonds and furs and all the status symbols out there. And I could care less for any of it. I rarely wear jewelry. It matters nothing to me. Now, as you see me in all the videos, I'm not the latest and greatest in all the fashion trends out there. The older I get, the more I'm into comfort. The high heels, any heels, I would walk like a newborn calf if I had to put them on. Just give me my runners, my flats, even bare feet. I just want to be comfortable. The pants, rarely even jeans. Anything that's binding or tight, I don't even like the feel of it. I wear these palazzo pants. They're funky in colors. They are light and stretchy, and they're the most comfortable things you ever had. I just love it. No, one of the things that I am letting go of, or not even caring less about, is perfectionism or having to be the best at everything. I'm finding myself with more of a beginner's mind in anything I want to learn. Putting myself in riding lessons at the beginning of this past May, learning how to do all of that, even though I'm 60 and overweight and not as strong as I'd like to be. And also, I've got instruments that I want to learn, but I haven't played the guitar and the piano like I wished I would have in a long, long time, and I've lost a lot of my skills. And so I'll be back to the drawing board and all of that. And also the dancing. I used to dance all the time in country dance clubs. I've lost all those skills as well, but I'm going to keep on working. I'm going to be doing that shuffle dancing, and there's some line dances in there. And for me, it's also a way to stay active, to get my steps in, and just to keep moving. And yeah, but you got to do it and not worry about embarrassing yourself or looking like you're winded, because by golly, I get winded pretty fast when I try learning some of these things, but I don't care about that. I'll just get better every day and be in competition with myself. Now, one of the things I am caring less and less about is having to do small talk. Now, I can do it, but it's shallow as a puddle, and I find them very boring. And I would rather get into some meaty conversations, just a kind of a one-on-one, get to know each other, and just talk about important things in life, not just the weather, or even politics isn't very deep at this point. I would rather have real conversations with real people. And hopefully in time, as this channel develops and grows, that we'll be able to have some real conversations over time with some friends on here. Another area that I don't care very much about is to remain forever young. I'm actually appreciating myself as I make each milestone, each decade that I get myself up to. I'm proud to be 60. When I hit 50, I was pleased to be 50 as well. I wouldn't want to be under 40 for anything. It was not a good time in my life. The parts on youthfulness that I will be leaning into is along the health, the strength, getting those back, losing the weight, building the muscles, keeping my youth as long as, or as far as being able to move, being able to lift things, being able to do the things I want to do for as long as I want to do them. That is the focus that I'm going to do. But as far as the makeups, the Botox, the whatnots, I have absolutely no interest in. Even my hair. Now, it's this awful thin stuff that I've just always hated. As a child, I had barely any hair, and I looked at Jasmine's glorious chestnut locks, and I just wish I had it growing up. And even my eldest daughter, she has this thick, wonderful hair. She complains she's lost a third of it, but you can't tell because it's so thick. But I have this fine stuff, and I have stopped going to get it cut and colored because I'm trying to use it as incentive, as something to do when I've reached my goal in losing weight. I want to reach my goal, go in and get my hair done at that point. So that's why it is the way it is, and I'll often be putting caps and hats on because, yeah, not pleased with it, but I'm not also dealing with it every few weeks either. And I'm watching Jasmine, and I wouldn't want to be a child again for anything. My childhood was terrible. We're trying to give her a good one. And even this week, she's complaining about some of the relationships at school. One of her best friends that she keeps wanting to come over here for play dates, and we've set that up. Well, the last few days, she's been ignoring her at school. She's been going off with another friend and not wanting Jasmine to join in, kind of like that third wheel stuff. And so Jasmine's been crying at school, and the hurt feelings, and coming home with those discussions. And I don't know what to say other than to listen, because this kind of stuff is going to happen till the very end of time. And the other issue for her is she started puberty. She's only 9, and she has started growing her boobs and other signs of puberty. And what a rough time it is for kids quite often. And I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for her, but it is a tough thing for kids to go through. The teenage years is huge growth, huge learnings, huge emotions. Just everything is big for them, and I hope to help her, and I wouldn't want to be her for anything, because I did not have a good time at that point. An area I don't have much care about is the expectations of me now that I am 60 and retired. Because sometimes that appears to be that you are now the free babysitter of everybody in the universe, especially in your family. And I don't mind once in a while, but no, that is not how I see my life at all, being the free babysitter. I won't do it. I have many things I want to do in my life, to grow in my life, to learn in my life, to do, and to be that, the babysitter is not one of them. And also, often when you retire, then suddenly you're tossed into volunteering. So you're basically doing a lot of what you did while you were employed, but now you're doing it for free. And it's all just energy, it's work, it's added to your plate of things that you must do. And I'm just being very careful to make sure that my plate is not as busy and crazy as it had been up until I retired. I'm slowing down a little bit in that way, but in other ways I am busier than I've ever been. But I just have to make sure I ration my energy and my time better. Now, I've always, my whole life, been a bit shy, quite introverted. Crowds and people just drain my battery so much. I love my alone time. I love my family, but on those days when Jasmine goes to school or when goes to work and I have the house to myself, I do enjoy it a lot. And I'm finding that the vacation rental that we started is the perfect side hustle for me. It brings in an income. It helps pay for the mortgage on that place that you're seeing right now. But all I have to do is meet these new guests, check in, make sure they're okay, and then I leave them to their own resources. I don't have to go in there. We are not a bed and breakfast. Nobody goes in there and cooks and chats them up every morning. They're on their own to enjoy this place by themselves, and that's why people come here. They like the privacy. They like to be on their own, and it's perfect for me. If they need something, I have no problem answering. But it's not the constant being surrounded by tons and tons of people like nursing was. Nursing was, you always had people around you. You were always helping. You're always dealing. Oh, yeah. Off there is that pond. I'm going to be decorating that pond. And we're not going to line it. It's cost too much, but we're going to haul logs and root stumps and just build a kind of a rustic pond there. And yeah, and as far as introversion, I do enjoy a handful of good friends, and I'm always on the lookout for somebody else I really click with, just to build my clan, because my clan isn't my blood family, it is the family that I am growing. Now, that horse that we're looking to buy, his name is Sunny. I'm thinking that maybe Sunny's owner can be a new friend. She's agreed to stay for coffee and to visit with me when she delivers him next week, and I'm just looking forward to that. She seems like a very resilient, very strong lady, maybe a couple years older than me, but also she's kind of somebody we'll have deeper conversations with and to learn with, and I'm just looking forward to that. And here we are to the end of this loop of a walk. Coming to the end, kind of closes up to where I started. This is that trail from the chalet over to the homestead where we lead the guests to come and fish in our big pond. I've got Anley's supplements. We'll see how long it takes her to find me at the gate. Oh, there she is already. And I'm hearing from her already. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Hi. Me and Annie waiting for Sunny. Sunny days. Well, I've got Annie in the back making noises at me, saying, I'm lonely, where's my friend? You promised. So I'll have a chat with her, spend some time with her. But yeah, that's just some of the things that I've just let go of and care less about. I'm Annette from Carpe Omnia After 60. If there's anything that you have been letting go, especially if you're past, well, maybe past retirement or 60, it really doesn't matter. It's just getting older and the things that you just couldn't be bothered worrying about anymore. Just let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you. And on my next video, I'm going to talk about my kids. I think I'll talk about my kids. Now, it's not as fraught. Well, it's not as fraught with drama and feeling, but as adult, like one of my kids is 41, one's 39, middle-aged. They're middle-aged too. I'll consider myself 60 and middle-aged, so we're all just in the same pool. And I'll talk about them and how to maintain a relationship, but also not lose myself or lose yourself in the lives of your children, because you need to get a life of your own when you've got adult kids out there. So I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.